You may be seated. Good morning.
Good morning.
How is everyone today? Let's do our... Okay, well, all right. I hope maybe at the end of today's session you're feeling like ready to take on the world and just spread kindness. This chapel service today is really important to me. It's about being kind. And probably as an educator and leader, it's the single most important aspect of our school, our values, right? The be kind value. And so I want to share a few things that I think about being kind, and we're going to have a student presentation as well. So, number one factor that impacts the student experience. It is not courses that are being offered at a school. It's not the facilities in which you come in and enjoy. It's not the co-curricular programming. The single most important thing for the student experience is the relationships with teachers and their peers. It's the single most important thing. Everything is a factor, of course, that influences, but the most important thing is that. So to simplify, it's about being kind, right? And so my question for you to first think about is, when you're having a bit of a tough day at school, how does it feel when you encounter unkindness in those moments? Just want you to think about that, right? So tough day, no matter what it is, poor on your test, something happened at home, whatever it is, right? And then you face unkindness, probably brings you down even further, right? Makes it feel like it's a little bit harder to get through that day. But in those moments, if you face kindness, right, it feels like I can get through it. Like almost like I can get through anything if I have kindness around me. Would you agree with that? Yes, no, yes, good. Okay. So the one thing that I want to mention is it's in our values, and we're not a school that just sort of has something on a website, right? Or that we sort of say this is what we believe, but then you don't actually feel it and see it in the school. We are a school that really, really works hard to live our values. And again, one of them is that be kind. Right? So something to think about is, no matter the color of skin, the way someone looks, the way someone acts, whether they're queer, straight, wealthy, poor, different, same, everyone just needs to feel accepted and treated with kindness. Bottom line. Okay? The piece, though, that makes it complicated is that we see unkindness all of the time. Right? So it's not that simple. It sounds simple. We all know what we're supposed to do. But for whatever reason, it's hard. It's hard for humans to always be kind, right? And I want to acknowledge that and know that it can be hard, especially at your stage of life. So the question, I guess, is something to think about is why? Why is it hard for us as humans to be kind? And so did a little bit of research, and I think some of it might be even obvious to you, but it comes from typically, and there's other factors as well, insecurity. So people are unkind when they're insecure with themselves, when they're seeking attention, so they want attention on them, so they can be unkind. Want control, I think that is one that we experience often. And want to be part of a group. So you're out, I'm in. And that's part of that control piece, that insecurity piece as well. Right? And so I want you to think about that. And again, it's super important to just be honest with yourself. Does that apply to me in certain moments, right? Friendship groups, whatever might be going on, right? Are these the moments where I'm unkind? And I want you to think about why that might be. If you allow yourself to do that and you allow yourself to be honest, then you give yourself an opportunity to be different, right? To grow and to do something differently the next time. So as you go through this month, when you're hearing from different speakers about unkindness and ways to be kind, I want you to be deeply honest and reflective. It's just that opportunity to do that. There's a book called Atomic Habits, and in that book, the real way that the author became famous is because of the 1% better every day. So I even use this when I'm coaching, right? You show up to a practice and just 1% better, or even 1% better in this drill than you were yesterday, right? And so for you, in this context, it's like, think about yourself honestly, be reflective. Could you be 1% better and 1% more kind today? And then tomorrow it's even 1% more. And if everybody is working on that, I think we're going to be in a really good place. And I want every single person to wake up in the morning, and I want them to feel excited to come to school. And if they're not excited, it's because maybe a test or whatever else is going on, not because they're worried that they're going to face unkindness. Okay? So today, we've got the BU Club, which was formerly known as Stigma Free. They're sort of rebranding themselves a little bit. And we've got Serena and Isabella, who are going to talk about love as action. And I just love that theme because it's not enough to just listen, but we do have to act. And so I hand it over to the two of you.
Good morning, everyone. When we hear the word love, especially around Valentine's Day, we usually think of romance, couples, hearts, or chocolate. But today, we're going to talk about a very different kind of love. Not the kind that you post about, not the kind that you buy, but the kind that you choose. Today's theme is love as action, because love isn't just something that you feel, it's something that you do.
There are many different ways you can show your loved ones just how much you care about them. Love can look like standing up for someone who's being treated unfairly, sitting with someone who feels alone, listening instead of judging, or choosing kindness when it would be easier to stay silent. This kind of love doesn't always feel comfortable. It takes courage. And that's why love as action matters, especially in a school community.
During Black History Month, we honor leaders and communities who showed love through actions, not words. People like Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, Viola Desmond, and countless other students, activists, and everyday people whose names we may never know. They didn't act because it was easy. They acted because silence allows harm to continue. Their love showed up as justice, resistance, community care, and belief in dignity for all people. That's an example of love as action. And it reminds us that love isn't passive, and it's something that asks something of us.
We can connect this to our stigma-free values as well. Stigma grows when we make assumptions, we label people, or we decide someone's story before listening. Stigma shrinks when we choose curiosity over judgment, we speak up when someone is excluded, and we include people who are often left out. Love as action means not laughing at harmful jokes, not ignoring bullying, and not walking away when someone needs support. It means choosing to be an ally, even when no one is watching.
Please take a quiet moment to think about these questions. Have you ever needed someone to stand up for you? And have you ever stayed silent even when you knew that something wasn't right? I'm sure lots of people can think of different examples, probably even just from this week. And now we also have a bit of a prize for anyone who wants to answer these questions. Who can tell us one small way that you can practice love as action here at school? Anyone have any ideas? Yeah, Jalen? Yeah, awesome. Anyone else? Yeah?
Helping someone when they need it.
Definitely, yeah, it's a good one. Anyone else? You're right there. Anyone else? Yeah, Eliza?
Empathetic and kind to other people's situations.
Definitely. So, love as action doesn't have to be big or dramatic. Sometimes it looks like inviting someone to sit with you, checking in on a friend, owning a mistake, or choosing kindness even when you're tired or stressed.
As we move through Valentine's Day and Black History Month, let's remember, love is not just about who you care about, it's about how you show up. Let's be a community that chooses courage over comfort, respect over assumptions, and action over silence. Because when love becomes action, everyone belongs. Thank you.
So thank you so much today to Serena for Isabella for your presentation, and to the BU Club, our Stigma-Free Club, for all the work that goes on behind the scenes in trying to just bring us together as a community and trying to help us, again, just always remind ourselves of what are the important values, what are the things that we should be trying to remember, we should be trying to reflect on as we continually try to make ourselves better people every day. So I really like the approach you took on sort of recrafting that our mindset around love and what love means, especially at this time of year when Valentine's Day is coming up, and so we usually sort of, that's steered in a specific direction, but making it broader, more accessible to all, really appreciated that. So thank you so much. Let's give them another hand. And to Tina as well, Tina Chung over there, and Liz T. Liz T and Ms. Chung, as you know, who lead that program with such passion and such energy, and you really bring people together so well and help get the best out of people. So really appreciate that. Ms. Powell as well. I thoroughly enjoyed your introduction today. And it really made me reflect as well on what are maybe some of the root causes for why we mistreat people or we're not kind. So that was a really poignant moment for me to reflect on. And I hope there was something for all of you this morning. And Liz T's got a question or a point.
White, pink, or red shirt day tomorrow, folks. Okay.
White, pink, or red shirt day tomorrow, everyone. Okay, thanks so much. Have a great day and a great week. Thank you.